How is solving a two-step equation similar to solving a one-step equation? Think about this question during the lesson. Nala and her two friends spent $21 on movie tickets and a box of popcorn. The popcorn cost $6. How could they figure out how much each movie ticket cost? The three friends spent $21 at the theater. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So why isn't the cost of each ticket $7? The $21 includes the cost of the tickets and the popcorn. So each ticket must have cost less than $7. Let's use a bar diagram and an equation to represent the situation. Both bars represent the total amount spent, $21. Each of these segments represents the unknown value, the cost of one movie ticket. Let's use the variable M. They bought 3 tickets in all. And they bought a box of popcorn, $6. We can use the bar diagram to build an equation. The total spent is equal to 3 times the cost of one ticket plus the cost of the popcorn. Now, substitute the values and variables into the equation. 21 is equal to 3 times m plus 6. How can you use the properties of equality to solve this equation? The next step is to use the subtraction property of equality to isolate the term containing the variable. What should be subtracted from both sides of the equation?
Select your answer.
Subtract 6 from both sides of the equation to isolate the term containing the variable. Then simplify. Use the division property of equality to isolate the variable, or get the variable by itself on one side of the equation. Since the bottom bar has 3 m segments, let's break up the corresponding part of the top bar into 3 segments. They're each $5. Divide each side by 3. Then simplify to solve the equation. The variable is alone on one side of the equation, so the other side is our solution. Each ticket cost $5.
Andrew rents bowling shoes for $4. He bowls 2 games. Andrew spent a total of $22. How much was the cost of each game? B.
Complete the bar diagrams and then solve the problem. So the total amount that was spent was $22. So that goes here, $22. Let me rewrite that. $22. And the cost of each game is represented by B. So that's why you see B in the bar diagram here and here. And then the shoe rental, we don't know how much. Let's see, Andrew rents bowling shoes for $4. So now we know in here is $4 for the shoe rental. So he's bowling the 2 games that are represented by B, and we need to solve to figure out how much each of the games were. So we have to write this out as an equation. So we have 22 is equal to $4 plus the 3 games that 2 games, I apologize, the 2 games that he bowled. So now we need to simplify this equation. So we have 2 B's here, so I'm going to rewrite it as 22 is equal to 4 plus 2 B's, 2 times B. And so now we need to get or isolate the term with the variable. So we're going to do the subtraction property of inequality. So we're going to subtract the 4 from both sides of the equation. And now we have 22 minus 4, which gives us 18. And that is going to be equal to 2 times B. And then we want to solve for B. So we're going to have to isolate the B by using the property, division property of multiplication. So we're going to divide both sides. Let me write this over here. I'm going to divide both sides by 2 so that we're isolating our variable B. And then 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the cost of each game is $9. So let's go back to the table. We have $4 that represents the rental shoes, and then we have the 18 here. So that is in relation to this step here. And then the final step would be that we have $4 here, and then we have the $9 for each game. And so the cost of each game was $9.
John had a $21.61 balance on a gift card that can be used to purchase online music. He bought some songs that each cost $1.29. Now he has $10 left. How many songs did John purchase?
Write and solve a two-step equation. Let D represent the number of songs John purchased. So we have the original balance of the gift card, the cost of one song, minus the cost of one song times the number of songs is equal to his new balance. Then use numbers. So we have $21.61. That was the beginning balance on that gift card. And then it tells us that each song costs $1.29. So we're going to subtract $1.29. And then the number of songs we don't know. So we're going to put a variable for that unknown, which is D. That's what they told us to use. And then the new balance we know is $10 left. So that's our new balance. Now we are going to isolate the term with the variable, which is $1.29 times D, and we're going to use the subtraction property of equality by taking the $21.61 and subtracting it from both sides of the equation. And then we have on the right side of the equation, we have $21.61 minus 10, and that's going to give us negative $1.29. I'm sorry, negative 11 and 61 cents. And then we still have the negative $1.29 times D. Then we want to use the division property of equality to isolate the variable. So because we're multiplying here, we now have to do the opposite or inverse, which is divide. So we're dividing the negative $1.29 on both sides of the equation. And we're left with D on the left side of the equation, and then negative 11 and 61/100 divided by negative 1 and 29/100 is equal to 9, positive 9. So John purchased 9 songs.
For the upcoming drumline performance, 25% of the total number of drumline players turned in their order form for new uniforms. So far, 20 order forms have been collected. Using this information, How many drumline players, D, play drums other than the steel pan? Kirsty ran 24 laps in a charity run and then walked 2/10 kilometer to the presentation table. The total distance Kirsty traveled was 29 6/10 kilometers. What was the distance of each lap? Explain how you solved the problem.
Let's first identify important information. So we have she ran 24 laps in that charity run. Then she walked 0 2/10 kilometers to the presentation table. Her total distance was 29 6/10 kilometers. What is the distance of each lap is the question they're asking. So we have to explain how we do this. So first off, the 0 2/10 kilometers that she walked to the presentation table are not part of the run itself. So the first thing we would have to do is take the 29 6/10, her total distance she traveled, and subtract the 0 2/10 that she walked to the presentation table. This will give us how many or how far she actually ran once we subtract. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Keep our decimal here. 9 minus 0 is 9. And then 2. So 29 4/10 is how many kilometers that she ran. Now we take the 24 laps that she ran, and we're going to divide the 24 laps, and so 29 4/10 divided by the 24 laps that she ran. Now once we divide that, that will tell us how much she ran. So that will equal 1/225,000 kilometers. So that will show us, I just explained how we found the distance of each of the laps that she ran in the charity run.